Chapter 8, Tricks of the Trade. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Remember to subscribe. Shortly after the chaos of escaping the Reed Manor, you, Callum, Vivian find yourselves in a private jet, heading back to New York. I still can't believe you ran into the architect himself. Malcolm did say he had dirt. The architect must have wanted to make sure it stayed buried. You glance at Vivian's backpack, holding the stolen hard drive from Malcolm. Vivian notices and sighs. I really wish there was something I could do, but without an encryption key. Don't beat yourself up. The important thing is stopping him from killing again, and we already know his target. Speaking of, I did more digging on Obsidian Bionics CEO. Meet Norma Kyoda. Vivian spins her laptop around so that you and Callum see a picture of a middle-aged, stern-looking woman. She looks sufficiently badass. What can you tell us about her in Obsidian? So much. She created Obsidian as the next evolution in state-of-the-art prosthetics after losing her leg in an accident years ago. She scrolls through the pictures of what looks to be severed arms, legs, only for you to realize that you're actually high-tech prosthetic limbs. Damn, those are very realistic. They've gained a lot of traction in the medical community in the past couple of years. Explains why they're going public tomorrow. I assume the investors are very involved. That's putting it lightly. Their biggest investor is Sanctuary Pharmaceuticals. Their CEO is even the chairman of Obsidian's board. Now all we need is an in. Please, I'm 3 steps ahead already. Obsidian is holding an IPO celebration event at a hotel tonight. Sort of like a business party? A party, you say? Good. People will be relaxed and happy. These stuffy types always let a little too loose at events like this. It'll make reaching Norma that much easier. They also won't know everyone in attendance and will be on the neutral turf with the hotel. Vivian, is there a brief we can read up on before we land? She slides her tablet over to you. Callum opens the file, and as you lean close, a wave of cinnamon washes over you. You glance sideways at Callum, but he's already concentrating. You shake off the thoughts of drowning in a scent, surrounded by pillows and sheets. Why would the architect want to target Obsidian? First the hospital, now a medical company? The architect has access to a lot of sensitive information. He must know something we don't. Maybe Norma has some skeletons in the closet? Or the architect wants Norma's technology. That's not just a far reach for someone like him. I mean, he was working with Malcolm after all. Who knows what sort of stuff he could do with a bionic advancement? He doesn't want to become Doc Ock, does he? I mean, who knows? Doubtful, but I'll keep that in the back of my mind. Regardless, whatever Obsidian is hiding, we'll discover it at the party. We should prepare. With that, Callum slips to the back of the jet and then returns wearing a sleek, business-ready suit. You take a moment to appreciate how the outfit hugs the lines of his body. Nice. Oh, we're talking real fancy tonight, don't you think, Elliot? Yeah, no one will question if you're a business partner or not. I got you one, too. I think this would fit you perfectly. He hands you a beautiful yet professional suit, something fashionable that won't stand out too much. Your fingers linger against his as you take the outfit from him. Crunching numbers never look so good. I agree, it's very pretty. I like it. I'm a traditional dude, just saying. I like a little mystery and whatnot with my ladies. Not just bearing it all from the get-go. You slide on the sleek jacket and face a mirror as you fiddle with the necklace. Well, what's the consensus? Now we're talking. Vivian Wolf whistles while Callum gives you a lingering once-over. It suits you. Ah, I see what you did there. No pun intended. Yeah, but it's always implied. Callum steps closer and straightens out your sleeve. He's right in your space, breathing the same air as you. You really think it looks good? Of course. The corners of his mouth upturn in a small smile as this scent of cinnamon envelops you. You tend to make anything look good. Oh shit, he's a complimenter now. You sway a little closer to him, his hand still on your sleeve. Look, it's the Statue of Liberty. Callum staggers back from you and returns to a seat. You clap your hands. Thanks, Vivian. Perfect timing. Party faces, people. New York. Not long after landing, the three of you arrive at a hotel hosting the Obsidian event. In the lobby, Vivian reaches for the room key, but you hold it aloft, glancing at Callum, and he nods. So, Vivian, Callum and I have been chatting a bit. Thought you deserved your own space for a night off. A night off? You don't need me on comms? Honestly, you deserve a break. Even the best of us need some R&R. Norma will be fine. What Jones means is that you've jumped headlong into your work with what I can only describe as moxie. Moxie, are you in your 30s or 80s? I would say he's probably in his 30s. The point is, we know this isn't your day job, and we think you've earned this. Do what you want. Head out to the pool, check out the bar, buy a daiquiri on Gaia. Or, do that whole raiding thing you do. Although, perhaps you could keep your comm nearby just in case we call. But we won't. Vivian plucks the room key from your outstretched hand with a sly smile. Well, then I'll see you once you've found Norma. But almost certainly, I will get that daiquiri sent to the room. Later, Gators. You're not even going to check out the pool? It's on the roof. Listen, we're introverts. We know there's going to be other people up there. No. Listen, a nice tub is all we need. And spend one more second not lying in a king-size bed in a deluxe luxury suite you booked? Who do you take me for, a fool? See? Smart. She skips off towards the elevators, practically vibrating with excitement at the prospect of all that silky Egyptian cotton. I can't say I don't disrespect or respect her priorities. She's a woman who knows what she likes. Well then, shall we head in? You and Callum navigate to the hotel ballroom, reserved for the Obsidian event. Among the cloth-covered tables, a sea of business people network, shifting their various drinks and tiny canopies to exchange business cards. Ah, yes, definitely a corporate party if I've ever seen one. Good thing I changed clothes, huh? I'd say so. You would have stood out, no matter how good your blending skills were. An employee passing by slows her steps, giving you and your outfit an appreciative look that has you preening. Ah, I love someone who knows how to clean up nice. Which department are you in again? Whichever one gets me your number later. Well, for that, you might just earn my card. You wink as he laughs. Callum blasters on a smile and tightens his grip on your arm. Forgive my partner, she is such a flirt. I don't believe I've seen either of your New York circles before. You see, we're investors from out of state. We're thinking of investing in Obsidian tomorrow, so we wanted to stop by and hopefully chat with Miss Coyote herself. Ah, I hear she's quite the busy bee, but I'm sure she'll be thrilled at your investment nonetheless. Where are you from? The Cayman Islands. The answer slips out of you before you think about it. You feel Callum's elbow dig subtly in your side. Goodness, that's far, but gorgeous. Do you live there permanently? It's our vacation home. Now we're, settling in our New York condo for the next few months. Isn't that right, darling? Your heart does a little flip at the pet name. It sure is. Now, if you'll excuse us, we should make the rounds. As you make your way through the party, a hush falls over the crowd. You glance towards the stage, and Norma flips on the microphone. Thank you all for celebrating with us tonight. Tomorrow's an important day, not only to me, but everyone who's put their faith in Obsidian. Let's move up a bit. Too many blind spots. As you move steadily through the crowd, Norma continues to speak, commanding the room. When I got into the car 8 years ago, I could have never predicted that I'd get in such a terrible crash, or that I'd lose my leg as a result. Though I had to contend with the brief loss of a limb, I also saw an opportunity. In fact, I was fascinated by prosthetics. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Don't worry, her leg has a rocket launcher. Me neither. Keep your eyes peeled. I wouldn't be surprised if the contractor made an appearance. Norma's speech continues, eliciting a round of applause. You step closer and accidentally bump into a man on your left. Hey, watch it. Do you have any idea who I am? Nope, and no clue and no care. Excuse me. Don't you know who I am? Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean? If you don't even recognize who I am, then I am not going to tell you. I've never seen you before. We got that. And you never will again. Good day. You move away from the man with the pork pie hat, and Callum sighs quietly at your side. Did you have to piss him off more? Listen, it's my forte to piss off stupid people. You're damn right I did. I mean, did you see how much of a jerk he was? You tuned back an enormous speech, one eye still on the pork pie hat as it bulbs through the crowd. And finally, so much gratitude to the man who helped us go public, our chairman of the board, Chester Stromberg. She lifts her drink towards someone in the crowd. You turn and see a man who you bumped into, now all smiles as he tips his hat at Norma. Norma, please, I'm beyond proud to be a part of this venture. Wait, that's the chairman of the board, the CEO of Sanctuary Pharmaceuticals? I didn't expect him to be so rude. Hat forward. Norma raises her glass to the crowd and gives a final wave before exiting the stage. Seriously, have you met any of these pharmaceutical people? No, they're all rude. The speech is over. Let's make our move. By the time you reach the steps, Norma's already slipping back in the lobby and calling an elevator. A young man stands in your way with the name tag Xavier. Sorry, but Miss Coyote isn't taking questions or feedback tonight. You can schedule a private meeting with her after tomorrow. He hesitates, looking at your suit, clearly impressed. Then again, you do look like someone she'd want to have a meeting with. Trust me, she's going to want to take this meeting. You cock your head to the side, flashing a dazzling smile. Xavier looks like he's about to waver, but shakes his head. No, I'm sorry, I can't interrupt Miss Coyote. I'd lose my job. You must misunderstand us. No exceptions. If you let us pass, Xavier, I'll put in a good word with Norma. I know this whole song and dance. You just want to impress the boss, show you're doing your job. He frowns and looks back at his phone. She doesn't have an appointment until tomorrow afternoon. So you're such a good assistant, you know that? I'd kill to find someone half as good as you. If we could just... Again, I can't let you through. Norma was clear. No one is to disturb her. He stares at you long and hard until you and Callum are forced to retreat. You make your way to the bar, scanning the room as you go. I think she did wrong. You should have pushed it and been like, we are $1 billion name. And if you don't want $1 billion investment into your new Obsidian, then bye. And you should have turned and started to walk away. Weird. That usually works. You can't always rely on charm and power, even though we didn't try power. It's better to figure out what your target actually wants and play to that. Well, I didn't see you making a play. You just stood there. I was studying him, and I don't think he's too uptight, too concerned about optics. As he lowers his voice, Callum leans closer, his lips inches from your ear. You swallow, smelling the damned cologne. Xavier's reputation means more to him than anything we can offer. So we need a new target. What about Chester? He seems pretty close to Norma. I like the idea, but considering how he acted toward us, I don't know how effective it would be. In the ballroom, you hear the music change to something more sultry, sexy, and full of strings. This is sexy music. I don't know about that. Through the open doors, you see couples take to the dance floor, which was largely neglected before, but now the throbbing tempo of a tango takes over. It fills up quickly. Pixelberry wouldn't know a tango if it rid itself. I see the Sanctuary CEO likes to dance. You follow Callum's gaze to Chester among the couples, smiling with a woman as they get into a starting position. Wait, this could be our in. The tango? You apologizing and then dancing. Norma's the start of night. We're bound to overhear something important, especially if we dance near Chester. Are you sure you're not just looking for an excuse to dance with me? You could just ask, Callum. That's what it takes to gather intel. Callum smirks and extends his hand towards you. Dance with me, Jones. I know how much you love putting on a show. Tango with Callum for intel. Blow me away with your moves, Gray. You say that like I have to try. The two of you join the other couples on the dance floor close enough to Chester to potentially overhear something. The question is who's going to lead. You should lead. You see a glimmer of satisfaction flit across his eyes. Good. That's the way I prefer this dance. You do know how to lead a tango, right? He raises an eyebrow before stepping in and putting one hand on your waist, the other's grasping your free hand to hold out to one side. Does that answer your question? We haven't even started dancing yet. With the music guiding you both, you smoothly begin to dance, stepping slow, then quick, then slow again. Smooth. You must have learned somewhere with true teachers, not those watered-down classes at Gaia HQ. You're right. On a mission, I had to seduce a ballroom dancer. He wouldn't have fallen for pretend. You always take your commitment to the mission to another level, don't you? I like the personal touch. How do you learn? Callum thinks about his answer for a moment, the two of you sweeping elegantly across the dance floor. My father put me in plenty of lessons for various dances, or skills. Dance, piano, ballet, figure skating. Figure skating? Would you believe if I was one of my favorite classes? I kind of miss it, actually. I would believe that, actually. You would be into a sport that's mostly about math and perfection. The music swells and you step in deep, putting your leg between yourself and Callum. Before he spins you around, you end with your back pressed against his front. Don't forget I learned how to slice a man's leg open with my blades. That's it? John Wick knows pencil. His voice is right by your ear, making you shiver. You're so sexy when you talk about those dark talents. Remind me to request a mission in the Swiss Alps. His answers glares, betrayed by a subtle smirk. I should linger. You linger hand curved along his cheek in no hurry to continue this dance. Problem? Hear him swallow. His heartbeat pulses in his throat. You're off beat, that's all. I'm alright with that. As you sweep through the room, Callum's eyes slide over your shoulder, fixating on someone behind you. There's Chester. Sharing a nod with Callum, you grapevine closer to where he twirls his dance partner. Doesn't go anywhere without internet access, can you imagine? What if Norm ends up somewhere without a hotspot? My friends always complain that I'm tied to my phone, but even that seems a bit extreme, even to me. I do worry about her tendency to, shall we say, overwork, but I suppose she's made it this far for a reason. If Norman doesn't go anywhere without internet access, that means cutting the connection might bring her out of her office to speak with us. At that moment, Chester looks towards you and Callum. Quick. Callum spins, dipping you in a dramatic flourish. You lean back, relishing the strength of his hold. Don't drop me now. Finishing the move, you wrap a leg around his hip. Nearby, some dancers clap and murmur in appreciation. I thought about it. He looks away, returning his attention to his dance partner. You and Callum twirl closer. I'll see if I can chat with Norma tonight so she's not overwhelmed tomorrow at the ceremony. Good luck getting past that stuffy assistant of hers. Xavier, the bane of my existence. You know, I heard something about him recently. Her voice drops and you realize you and Callum will have to get closer to overhear. Ready for the big move? And what's that? Let's do a drag. Callum grabs your leg and throws it over his hip. Don't let go. He begins to dance backward while you lean against him, your leg dramatically dragging to one side as you trust him to hold your weight. Flawless. You end the move closer to Chester and his dance partner in a sharp lean that presses your bodies close. They're just rumors, but from the way he acts, I wouldn't be surprised if they were true. Some say Xavier is scared he'll lose his job once the company goes public. He probably can't keep up with all of it. Norma's a busy lady. I think it's something worse. He supposedly tried to sabotage Obsidian from going public at all. Satisfied, you and Callum spin upright again, smoothly dancing, returning to the dance. Definitely something worth looking into. With a devilish smirk, Callum brandishes his arm in a wide arc, knocking Chester's pork pie hat askew. My God, there's more than enough room! Oh, Chester, you can't get too fussy. They're so talented. He pulls Callum back up as the song begins to wind down, and the two of you flow across the dance floor, a river of legs and arms. With the intel you gather, you have nothing to focus on but the heat of Callum's skin, the roll of his hips. A hush falls over the crowd. Everyone's looking at us. At you, maybe. As the music swells, so does your dancing, until several other dancers have stopped to watch. You let Callum guide you through the last steps, your feet a flurry of movement. Do you trust me? With my life. In the last bar of the song, Callum flawlessly dips you, leaning in close as you bend backward towards the floor. You hold on to him, arms around his neck and his hands on your waist, as the two of you breathe heavily. Marvelous, brava! Yes, expertly done, a tad of the Argentinian fluence. You ignore the applause around you, all you focus on is each other, breathing in the same air, bodies pressed close together. We had a rug well together. You did manage to avoid stepping on my feet. You can't fool me, you love this. He swallows, his eyes dropping to your lips. Even if I agree, don't get your hopes up. We have what we need, time to use it. Until our next dance. Don't get your hopes up. This man, it's like a one line with him, that's all he knows. You and Callum slip away from the party and the hallway beyond. Xavier stands in front of an imposing door, typing furiously on his phone. The jig is up. I know what's wrong with you, Xavier. There he is. I bet he's guarding Norma behind that door. What would you say to a little divide and conquer? One of us distracts Xavier, the other gets Norma out of her office. Remember what Chester said. She doesn't go anywhere that doesn't have internet. One of us could cut the connection then. Bingo. Oh. Keep Xavier distracted. You get Norma. Okay, just give me some warning if things go south. Alan, come on. It's me we're talking about here. That's what I'm worried about. He gives you one last hard look before slipping down the hall. You square your shoulders and approach Xavier. Xavier, buddy, we meet again. Are you kidding me? You can't be back. Wait, where's that man who was with you? Xavier scans the hallway for Callum right as he tries to sneak past behind him. Xavier, you must work out, am I right? He swallows as you feel up his biceps before he can catch Callum. Seriously, what's your routine? Whatever it is, it's working. It is? I feel like people can never tell with these dress shirts. Hang on, why am I telling you this? I have a job to do. Behind him, Callum rolls his eyes at you and slips farther down the hall. What, you don't believe me? Trust me, I know a handsome man when I see one. He eyes you suspiciously, clutching his phone tighter to his chest. I've never seen you before, and this is highly unprofessional. Who do you work for exactly? Your mum? I'm standing here to make sure you're eating right and working out. And it's all fun and games until he's like, my mom's dead. Well, shit. I work for, as you cast around for a name, Callum slips out of the room and nods at you. Whatever he did, Norma should be out soon. What are you looking at? Xavier's head begins to turn and angling back towards Callum. I know you tried to sabotage Norma. What did you just say? I know you're worried about losing your job when the company goes public. That's why you tried to prevent it from becoming public at all, didn't you? That's a baseless accusation. Is it baseless if half the people here know about it? Do I have to make a scene, or will you let me through? No scenes, just don't take long. Hey, look at that, we did both. Xavier scurries off down the hall, tail between his legs. Callum gives you a slow clap. Well done, that should take care of him for a bit. Will Norma be out soon? I shut off the modem, so I think so. Hard to work when there's no internet. Does she not have data? I mean, they said that she takes her phone everywhere. Does she not have data? Callum reaches for Norma's door and hesitates, looking over to you. For a moment, it appears he's about to say something elegant. Suddenly, the door swings open and Norma steps out of the office. Xavier, what on earth is... She stops short as her eyes clock 2 pairs of shoes on the floor in front of her. Slowly, her eyes travel up to meet yours, and dread fills her face. Oh God, who the hell are you two? Please don't be more networking hopefuls. This is why I hate these parties. She steps back, retreating into the conference room, but you slide your foot between the door and the jamb. Miss Coyote, my name is Callum Gray, and my partner is Helia Jones. We're phantom agents from Gaia. We have reason to believe you're in immediate danger. Can we speak to you in private? Oh, yes, come on in, quickly. Everybody cares about their own safety. She glances down the hall, as if the danger is right behind you, and ushers you inside. The door shuts with an audible click. Now, what is this all about? How is my life in danger? This better not be some prank. Or what? You gonna try Kung Fu? It is in regard to the opening bell ceremony tomorrow, and Obsidian going public. You fill in Norma about the architect, his methods, and you interpret his notes about his next target. Unfortunately, that target is you, ma'am. Norma slowly lowers herself into a chair, face grim. So another man wants to get in my way. I've had no shortage of that in my journey, let me tell you. I've been planning on Obsidian going public for years. My entire company is depending on me. I can't just call it off. We understand that it's a poor timing, but wouldn't you agree that your life is more important than your company? My company is my life. There won't be a company without you. You've worked so hard for this moment. It's not fair to ruin it like this. But would it really run the same without you? I guess that's a good point. If you are agreeable to it, we'll protect you in Gaia Protective Custody until after the opening bell. We want you to be safe. Alright, but I refuse to postpone Obsidian going public. Norma unlocks her cell phone and speed dials someone. Chester, I need to call in that favor. Norma speaks into her phone quietly and firmly before nodding. Finally, she hangs up and turns to you with a resigned grace. He'll do it. Chester will take my place tomorrow, and I will go with your Gaia agents as soon as possible. A short while later, you see Norma off in the care of a Gaia representative. As they escort you out, Callum hangs back, looking uncertain. Well, it appears we've succeeded. Agent Jones always saves the day, with minor assistance, of course. You puff out your chest and Callum smacks you in the arm. You feign injury and he chuckles. I do have to admit that tango was very convincing. In the small hallway, he turns to look at you, taking a step closer. Finally, you admit I can be useful. Only when there's no plan. You seem to thrive under extraneous stress. His eyes drop to your mouth, his gaze drinking you in as he mesmerizes the dip of your Cupid's bow. I'm sorry, a Cupid what? You're looking at me like... You're still so close together in your mouths, only tantalizing a couple inches away, the distance growing shorter and shorter. Like I want to kiss you. He touches his lips, his eyes shining with determination. You look at me like that every day. Bold claims, but you're totally and completely right. You know how I feel about you, how you torture me every time you slip out of your clothes for a mission. Emboldened, you reach for his waist and pull him closer, his intoxicating signature scent clouding your judgment. How much I wish I could show you exactly what you're missing. Maybe you should. Really? What is this change of tone from this man? Do you really mean that? He leans closer, the determination flaring in his eyes. You struggle not to drop your gaze to his lips. I'm tired of ignoring this, of thinking about it, of wondering when or if it'll finally happen. Don't you think it would be better if we just... gave in to temptation? Yeah, I'm really longing for a coffee right now and a nap. I just had to, I'm sorry. His fingers brush yours, lingering for a moment too long. You remind yourself to breathe. Exactly. He pulls away, and every nerve in your body screams not to let him go. He glances back over his shoulder and sweeps across the hall. He opens a door to a private, empty office, yours for the taking. He lifts an eyebrow at you. Well, coming. Hook up with Callum. Okay, fine. I'll take it as far as I can without Pixelberry and you two being irk. Do with me what you want, Agent Gray. Excitement flashes through his eyes as he grabs you by the collar and hauls you into the office. I really can't believe this is happening, that you propositioned me. Elliot. Your gaze drops to his mouth, the shape of his lips as they form your name. Are you gonna kiss me, or have you changed your mind? Heat blazes in his eyes. His hands tangle in the front of your clothing. You take a step towards him. He meets you with your gaze with a sheer determination. You have no idea how long I've wanted this. He sighs as you wrap your hands around his waist, leaning against your body. Your lips ghost along the curve of his neck, his jaw. I think I have some idea. He twists to meet your lips, drawing you into a long, sordid kiss. Your hands roam up his body, exploring the taut line of his abdomen, the swell of his ribcage. Callum. His mouth parts and a moan escapes. The sound flips a switch inside you. Your hands grip his hips, pushing him back against the large desk. Callum, climb on top of me. You lay back on the desk, and he hovers above you, gazing down at you with dark, hungry eyes. Don't you dare stop. He trails his hands up your thighs, pausing at the eager flex of your hips. Nope. Not bad, maybe worth a round two. Your words seem to break the spell. He rolls away, now looking at you, and begins to put his clothes back on in the way that me feels almost businesslike. Well, I'm glad we got this out of our system. Now we can simply be professionals, co-workers. He doesn't quite meet your gaze, focused on fixing his disheveled hair in the window's glassy reflection. Out of your system? What? You want to pretend this never happened? Effectively, yes. Callum, I agree, let's keep it professional. If I can leap out of a 3-story window, I'm hardly worried about catching feelings. He lifts an eyebrow at you, unconvinced. You hope he can't hear the pounding of your heart. The mission comes first. We can't jeopardize it. Agreed, so long as you understand. You nod, reaching for your own clothes and hastily putting them on. Callum lingers by the door. Besides, I'd rather not share our arrangement with Vivian. I don't think Vivian has any interest in hearing about it. She's probably stuffing herself with chocolate-covered strawberries. He smiles, catching himself, and opens the door to the hall. We're good, right? He always... You take a moment to gather yourself at the door and swings shut behind him, trying to still your stuttering heart. The next day, you and Callum head to the New York Stock Exchange for the opening bell, while Vivian listens in from the Gaia van outside. As you walk side by side, Callum's demeanor gives no indication that he remembers your tryst or is in any way affected by it. What are the odds the other shoe is about to drop? Is it me, or does it seem too easy? I agree. I'm glad we got Norma hidden away, but I still feel apprehensive. Well, now you've jinxed us. But not to worry. You're here to thwart danger like the valiant heroes you are. And Nellie, obviously. I'll let you know if anything's amiss. Thorough as always, Vivian. Callum's shoulder brushes yours as his eyes sweep over the crowd. A jolt of lightning arches under your skin, and you turn towards Callum almost on instinct. Jones, what is it? But Callum, true to his word, is acting like a professional, like a phantom, like your partner, nothing more. It's nothing. Look, Chester's on the stage. You turn towards the opening bell where Chester is now standing, still working his signature pork pie hat. We deeply regret that Miss Coyote cannot ring the bell for Obsidian's grand entrance into the corporate world on this most momentous occasion. But not to worry, she has trusted me to guide us into the future. Yeesh. His concern was lackluster yesterday as well. Is anyone surprised a guy like Stromberg love attention? He's eating this up. Chester approaches the bell and pulls, sending a loud peal through the building. The New York Stock Exchange is officially now open. But as cheers erupt from the crowd, the lights all around you begin to flicker. Everyone, including Chester, looks around in bafflement. Must be a flight malfunction. The large screen in the room switches to another feed, showing a familiar silhouette. Well now, what we have here, Chester Stromberg, CEO of Sanctuary Pharmaceuticals. What was that about the other shoe? Sometimes I hate it when I'm right. Nope, I love it. I'm memeing. All around you, shares sell and crash at lightning speed. The markets are tanking my fortune! What is going on here? Is this some kind of big joke? Do I look like I'm joking, Mr. Stromberg? A shot rings out, and nearby a broker falls to the floor with a thud. Take cover. It takes a moment for the screams to start. In seconds, the room erupts into chaos as people scramble for the exits. Tick-tock, Mr. Stromberg. Your company or these people's lives. What's happening? This is chaos. You glance over, noticing a wavering red dot in the middle of his forehead. Tackle him. Another shot pierces the room, but just as you drive the civilian to the ground. Oh my god, I'm alive. I'm still alive, right? No, you're dead. Wrong choice, Chester. You didn't even make a choice yet. You shove yourself off of him, jump to your feet, the lights flicker, and go out. No. I can't see a thing. When they flicker back on, Chester is gone. Damn it, Chester was his target all along. We protected the wrong CEO. I mean, are you sure? I think you would have taken either one. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and share the video. Share the channel too. That'd be great. 3,700 videos. It's been so long I said 3,600 that I'm like 3,600. 3,700 and counting videos. Seriously, we're really getting up there at this point. We're almost at 3,800. That's how much content I've been covering, and there's a lot coming, trust me. There's links down in the description if you want to check those out. Be greatly appreciated. You know, there's a Twitter, that is the Insta, that is the place I stream games when I'm not streaming on YouTube, and then, or excuse me, uploading on YouTube. And then there is the TikTok. Also, you can go check that out, where I upload a few videos here and there, mainly of just, you know, funny skits, kitties, life, nature, things like that. You know, short videos, nothing too long. And, you know, again, if you're not in all that, that's fine. Just please make sure to subscribe, especially if you enjoyed the content. It'd be great to have you. Trying to build the community as big as we can get with a bunch of awesome folks. So if you're awesome, and you think you're awesome, you know you're awesome, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.